control system initialization. Emergency damage. Recovery system engaged. Backup power generators online. Atmosphere and life support modules stabilized. Hyperdrive propulsion damaged. Repair required. Capital ship remote monitoring activated. Handing command to bridge crew. Welcome home, Captain.
Hey there. Give me just a second. I was saying, give me just a second. I'm turning down some volumes so I can hear you better. There we go. Well, I am now officially the expedition. So, expeditions are this thing that got added a year or two ago, where they are specific, like, story one-shots that you do, and you get rewards for completing them. So, like, for example, the expedition that's going on right now, our freighter has been attacked, and we are trying to repair it. And so right now, I need to get, hang on a second, chromatic metal, gold, and wiring looms, which I've already got wiring looms, so. So now I just need to get gold and chromatic metal. Which hope, yeah. Yeah, things have loaded for me. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Jeez, they were talking about how they did a bunch of work on the asteroids, like there's different models for them now, and more of them render at once, and I'm kind of half blown away by it, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah. There's probably a couple thousand on my screen right now. Okay. In order to do the expeditions, you actually have to start a new character. When you go to the new character screen, there's an option that says, like when you pick the kind of game you want to do, it says expedition. Yes. Unless, actually, hang on. Are you able to join me in multiplayer? Ah, okay. Sure. How much gold do I need? I need 60 gold. Nice. Although I wonder if that's going to have you doing your own expedition. Which, I mean, that's not the end of the world. You want the rewards. You get a bunch of... What was that? Okay. I think so. Back out and then player option. Oh, okay. I guess I just don't see you yet. Oh, there you are. You just popped in. So freighters have also undergone a huge overhaul. So just be aware of that they are quite a bit bigger now. Yeah. They updated the settlement system, so now once you build a big enough base and once it's there long enough, it will actually spawn a little town around it. Yeah, and you become like the mayor of the town. Um, then I'm trying to think of what else happens. Oh fuck. Figures. As soon as I landed, a storm is incoming. So it wouldn't hurt if you did. Yep, they do. It's pretty cool. Taking radiation damage. Good. Put that uranium there. Yep. Both lead to the same now, I do believe. Um, yeah. So like I said, our freighter was attacked, and the goal of this expedition is we have 2 months to fully repair it and make the rendezvous that we were supposed to make previously. Um, I think it's real world. I'm not sure. From what I understand, expeditions do last quite a while. It can be, yeah. Oh, mine was. Yeah. Well, technically, so long as there's an oxidizing agent, it should do it. Now, where's... Okay, there it is. Yeah, I'm parked. No. You should be able... Scan. You should be able to see the icon. Follow it. Oh, there's hydrogen, and then I need carbon. Mm-hmm. So, okay. Where's that? Oh, I need 50 for carbon 902s, not 20. Well, I ended up making another character texture today really fast. On Twitter, an artist I follow, and actually someone I've commissioned, posted an Anubis character, like the Egyptian god of the dead. And I was able, he had tattoos and stuff on his character. So I saved a copy of the picture, turned the tattoos into a stencil, painted over the stencil with a metallic color, which didn't quite turn out like I wanted it to, if I'm completely honest. Um, and then applied that to a character that I actually already have made, and then sent it to him. He said he likes it. Um, he said he um so I'm happy about that he likes it. I was a little worried because I sent it to him and then I heard back from him for several minutes. I was a little worried I might not like it. Because some people do get really, they don't like it when people copy characters or their looks. And I didn't really think about that. I was just like, oh, hey, I know this guy. I'm kind of friendly with him. I can take that character's and remake him in my 3D program. Mm-hmm. So, okay. Oh, wow, I got a lot of copper from that. Okay. So now... There's fuel. Suppose I should have expected that. And it looks like I need metal plating, which means I need ferrite dust. This is interesting. I've never actually done one of these expeditions before. I knew about them, but I just never did them. I am enjoying it so far. I like the story aspect of it. Woke up after the attack, like we know exactly. But I that kind of see discussed during the campaign itself. I would Okay, so there's that, and then I can throw down this refiner. Maybe not so close to my ship. And then we can refine the copper into the chromatic metal we need. So I figure I'll do this for maybe an hour, and then if you want, I'll show you my base in my other save. Cool. Okay. I know I tend to game for a very long time. So. Okay. But yeah, I'm knowing how to make the textures and stuff now. I'm still on that foxture. It's more yellow to be. And once I figure that, I'm gonna work deer and give him a texture that will hopefully make him look good. No, this is a different deer character. So, I am working on. I'm gonna head back to my capital ship really fast, just so you know. I am working on a new story idea, and it's an original idea that I could actually potentially sell. as like a novel. And the basic premise of it, and it's a little mature. The basic premise is that there is a Fox character who lives on his own and basically makes a living as a freelance photographer. And he takes photographs for adult magazines and adult websites. So, porn, basically. Um, and he's not unhappy with his life, but he's not necessarily super happy with it either. He's resigned that, this is what makes money. This is what I've got to do. Um, Correct. Um, just a second. I'm repairing stuff. Okay, so now I need 5 antimatters. Let's hope I have enough for that. I do not have enough for that. Such. So are you trying to actually pull up your ship? And you're on PC, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yes. Um, but yes, that was the same Fox character. It's just character didn't have a texture. Had a very texture. Um, but one day he's at a photo and he gets it because his photo is taking a long time, like to get ready, and he's getting kind of ticked off because it's costing him money to hold this session. And goes to like, what the fuck is taking so long? Um, to the model, and it turns out that the model is kind of half being abused by his boyfriend. Um, and the photographer recognizes what's going on. He also recognizes that the model is strung out, which means drugs are involved. And so he gets security to basically throw the boyfriend out and is like, we can't do the photo shoot anymore. I'm not gonna photo shoot. I'm not gonna take a picture of you when you're strung out. Um, but he basically, through a series of events, he realizes that he can't send them home because the boyfriend's gonna be waiting, and it probably is going to involve the model being beaten or hurt. So he decides that, well, I'll take the model home to my home for the night, and then we'll figure out what to do. And in the morning, what the heck is that? Um, in the morning, the model's agent calls the photographer and is like, we heard about what you did. Most photographers wouldn't give a crap and would have just sent him home. Um, but we appreciate that you didn't do that. How would you like to possibly work for us on a trial basis? Basically, the agent of the model, so like basically a producer for a porn company. And like this is a magazine company. It's not like he's shooting videos or anything. But basically, the photographer winds getting like trial run job at this company. And so rather than having to wrangle everything himself, which he's had to do up until this point, um, now has like resources to use. He's got professional hair and makeup people. He's got professional set designers and people like professional lighting, and like he's a crew of people that work for him now. And then the deer character is another one of the I'm trying to decide if I have the photographer Fennec, because I like Fennecs. Yep. Took Scooby-Doo to solve that mystery. But in my story, if I do, I'm thinking Fennecs would be kind of rare. Like, they're not a species that you see very often. And the deer is one of the models, and when he gets wind, like, one of the models for the photo shoot, and when he gets wind that, oh, hey, there's a Fennec fox, he's the photographer for this shoot, he kind of goes to flirt with him, and the Fennec character, the photographer, shuts him down hard and is like, I have one rule, and it's don't bang the models. Because if something bad happens, the company is not going to be on my side. They're going to be on your side, which means I'm screwed. So, and that kind of like, go ahead. Just anything. If they get into a fight, if someone gets hurt, professionally, something happens, um, it's just anything. But the company is not going to side with the photographer. They're going to side with the model. Of course, the model's the one that makes a lot of money. The photographer, you can replace a photographer easily. It's kind of his logic. So he has a rule of don't fuck the models. Hang on a second. Is that enough? Yes. So you have to hover your icon over the systems that are damaged. They should be flashing red. Are you on your personal ship or on the freighter? Okay. Okay. My personal ship isn't damaged at all. Like, yes, it's sparking and sputtering, but there's nothing for me to repair. So it's the freighter that we need to repair. I think so. Hang on a second. So, 2, 5. Oh, yikes, I need wiring looms. Um, so that's it for antimatter. How much does it take? I need carbon. Specifically carbon that I can uh, compress into condensed carbon. So if you can find carbon for me, that would be a big help. Yeah, no worries. I've had some luck finding in it's kind of like this coal looking plant. It's short and it's a little bit. Oh, and I didn't realize my radiation shielding is getting so low. But yeah, so he basically gets a job working at this company, and like he kind of starts to loosen up and starts to have fun with his job a little bit. Um, it's no longer drudgery; it's actually entertaining, and he a bit at the point. They go to do a photo shoot in like Florida, and in my mind, the scene he's told, "Oh hey, Florida for the shoot." And he comes to face and is like, okay, I'm figure out how to drive to Florida. And one of the other producers or like photographers is like, we have a jet. And then it just cuts to like, this is the first time he's ever flown. So he's obviously tense. Um, and the mood around the office is pretty loose, pretty like it's not uncommon for people to fuck the models and to be pretty loosey goosey with sex and stuff like that because they work at a porn company. Um, but the deer character kind of gets curious about the Fennec because it's like, oh, doesn't want to just jump into screwing around. So, like, what's going on? Let's get to know him a little bit. Um, and they kind of end up half liking each other and becoming sort of a couple. And then this is the part that I'm really unsure of. I don't know how, but at some point, the Fennec's family finds him. And, like, it's kind of this big deal up until that point. He doesn't talk about his family. He doesn't, like, have any pictures of them. Whenever asks him, like, hey, family, doesn't subject. He does not talk about it. Um, and come to find out that Fennec, their species, and particularly his family, is very much like need to produce children. Like that's very important to his family, and him being gay, children is not going to happen. Yeah. And when his family found out about that, they were not happy. And they tried to put him through conversion therapy. And he found they were planning to, and he just ditched them. Left, basically. Ran away. And so he's basically been living in hiding for the last, like, 10 years. And he's got, like, not a terrible life. I like the idea of him living in like a little, what used to be an old motor inn. Um, and like he's friends with the neighbors. He knows all of them. They know what he does, and he knows what they do, and they're kind of like their own little family slash community here. Um, and then of course the family finds him. I kind of like the idea of his brothers like trashing his home uh, to get back at him and all that. So I don't know. I'm tentatively first chapter shortly, but it occurred to me that it would be really useful if I have some pictures and scenes to help me um, visualize what's going on. So that's where I was like, okay, I'll. And I had been meaning to learn um, uh, Substance Painter for a while now. Because everyone online is like, if you're serious about learning about using VAM to make more advanced picture, you're gonna need to do Substance Painter. So I now sort of know how to do it. So yeah, um, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that would be VR chat uses Blender, I believe. Um, but I wouldn't be able to do the like actual rigging and stuff of the models, but I would be able to do the texturing.
Product constructed.
Mhm.
Component repaired.
Oh, there's people that'll do commissions. Yeah.
Recharge.
Okay, so there's that. Antimatter's recharged. So yeah, I should have a good supply because I think I'll probably need a lot of it. I'm currently heading to the space station really fast. I need to figure out how much some stuff is going to cost, and then I need to grind for cash. Yeah, the fact that my ship is on fire is kind of funny to me. Because it's like it's still on fire. Through space, going through I kind of and, but it's just like, okay, so I can actually buy a magnetic resonator right now. Oh, 13,000 for the magnetic resonator and 100,000 wires. That is a lot. Okay. So we need to grind for some cash. Or I need to grind for some cash. And actually, I was making pretty good cash blowing up the asteroids. Getting a lot of gold and silver from them, so I think I'll keep doing that for a little bit. But yeah, so that's kind of tentatively my story idea. And my yeah, and my hope is that I can sell it, so you maybe make a little money off it. Um, yeah, because that's something I've been thinking about recently. Is I put a lot of effort in my series that I write, but I don't make any money off of them. Yeah. So, and a couple, not the last time I was at BLFC with you, but the time before, during a, like, if someday one of my soul convince. So, well, and I get really popular booth, because there are companies that sell furry novels, and they have their own booth. They'll sell them for me, but I gotta be hired by them first, and that's means I gotta be popular. I gotta have books already, so it's just kind of like, I've got a lot of stuff that I do. Yeah. So, and my first goal is to. I don't want this story to be a huge story. Like, it's not going to be 20 odd chapters like some of my Zootopia stories are, because I tend to lose a lot of steam with stories. Um, they are. They're a lot of work, and then I get really bogged down in the details. So I'm gonna do my best not to do that this time. You said what? Yes. Carbon do you have? Why don't you actually come up here and grind some asteroids with me? The money, like, what I've got is currently starting to add up pretty quick. But I very strongly think that I'm going to have to keep buying expensive components. So a lot of cash would be good. So the moment I gold and that I'm acquiring the market, because I should do much of it possible at time. Because I'm basically about to flood the market with it. So yeah, you don't have any technology, you don't have... You do have blueprints, but you have to actually produce them. Like, build them again. No, this is not the character you were playing before. This is a character strictly for the expedition. Okay, let's take a look here. 484 gold, which will sell for 170,000 units. Silver sells for quite a bit less at only 71,000 units. It's actually not really that much gold at all. It's only a little under 500 units of it. I'm mostly getting tritium. I can use a lot of tritium. That's good for pulse engines, but it doesn't sell a lot. Gold cash is literally what I want. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been up to recently. Me too. Really, I just been making money. Would be nice. I want to work my... Yeah, I'd be able to stories. Yeah. Oh, and also, do you think you'll be joining us for Monster of the Week? Do you think you'll join us for Monster of the Weekend? Cool. I'm gonna tap your character a little bit, and I'm gonna make the force do your powers. It's gonna give you an edict is something you have to do for it to continue to give you your powers. The hallucination is what... This is actually what's called direct edict. though. It is a communicated goal that it is going to give you. So just this for now. So to change is actually a mechanic of your class. I just haven't done a direct edict up until this point. Correct. Our direct edict, it's not a goal, it's something that happened. Kind of like a side effect. It's like, the being that gives you your powers commands you X, Y, or Z. Yeah, in this case, that would be the need to know. Till the journal experience, basically. That is up for you. That is up to you to decide. So think of it, there's no rules against it, but here's the thing. Group doesn't want you to open that journal. They made that pretty clear previously. And hours until you open that. Well, no, that's not true. You don't get experience anymore until in that journal. Question becomes, how badly do you want to level up? How badly do you want to get new abilities and things like that? Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, I totally get that. It's just the question is for your character. She's not going to level up. She's not going to get any new abilities. She's not going to be able to change her character and get like new stats or improved stats or new equipment until she is able to level up. And this edict is preventing her from leveling up until she opens that journal. So, something to think about is you don't have to play this character as you would play yourself. You can play her as her own character. That's kind of the fun thing about role-playing, is you can play a character who's very different from you. Like, I'm nice. Some of my favorite characters like morally gray. And that's totally fair. What the heck is that? Oh. There's another ship out here. And that's totally fair. It's just something to think about. So, and unlike D&D, Monster of the Week does not have an alignment system. Which we really didn't touch on the alignment system anyways, because that tends to be really confusing even to advanced Dungeons & Dragons players, so I don't like to throw that in the first time a group plays. But it's definitely, like, I enjoyed playing last week with the group. I was surprised at how the situation turned out. So the group decided to go after the changeling creatures that the journal had mentioned. And so they rented some ATVs, and they went up into the forest, and while they were up in the forest, they almost got driven off the road by this Jeep. And the Jeep belongs to a big game hunter. And they continued on their way. They found a cave. They actually encountered the Kajigger, which is the creature that they were looking for. And it turned into a part turtle, part giraffe. So I basically pictured it's like a turtle body with the head and legs of a giraffe. And it started chasing them. Well, they ran out of the cave that it was hiding in, and the big game hunter was there with a camera guy, his adult daughter, and a bunch of guns, and was like, I'm here to hunt this creature. And he kind of mouthed off to Malcolm, Chris from work, his character. And so his character didn't take too kindly to that, and so while no one was looking, his character he had like fashioned a torch so that way they could see in the cave, and he threw that torch into the back of the guy's Jeep, which had a bunch of like tanks and stuff in it. Well, he didn't actually bother to look at what kind of tanks were in the back of the guy's Jeep, and it was a bunch of propane tanks. And so he threw the lit torch in the back of the van, or the back of the Jeep, teleported away, and was in the process of leaving the forest when the guy's Jeep exploded and ended up setting the forest on fire. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mentioned to Chris that, hey, the forest is now on fire. This is kind of your fault. What would you like to do about that? And so he decided, because of what his character is, he has access to an ability that is called Big Magic. And that is where you work spells that are like able to alter reality and things like that. Like, these are massive spells. But the consequence of using those spells is up to the DM's discretion, me. And so I made the rule that if he was going to cast a spell that would make it rain, which is what he wanted to do, it would take 15 minutes for him to cast, and he has to stand exactly where he wants it to start raining, which means he has to stand in the middle of the forest fire. So he chose to do that, and I made him roll 3 act under pressure rolls, because he's trying not to get while he's spell. And he didn't fail, but he didn't succeed, because I got to give him consequences. And he ended up getting a little singed. He ended up also getting caught under a burning tree, but he was able to cast the spell, and so it started to rain. He found out that the explosion, it didn't kill the big game hunter, but it did kill his adult daughter. Yeah. Go ahead. Well, and yeah. And his character, something to also keep in mind is that his character doesn't see the world the way we do because he is. Um, you cannot use what I am about to say in game because your character does not know this yet. Chris's character is a forgotten god from like kind of the Norse one. But your character doesn't use any of that knowledge. So afterwards, he got. What was that? So he views people and humanity as fleeting things. They live for less than 100 years and then they die. And they're very fragile, and like he doesn't view them as bugs, but he doesn't view them as really worthy of his time. Brooke, his in real world, his wife name is like the mundane, the one with the skateboard. Um, that's the only human that he actually views as like worthy of anything. Um, that Cause why not? He's got nothing else to do right now. Um, but after he freed himself from under the burning tree and after it was starting to rain, he actually got confronted by the guy who sold them the ATVs. Had a photo in his office of him and another guy. Well, him and two other guys, a Native American and then just another dude from town, um, who he had gone hunting with years. And the Native American from the photo confronted Chris's character, and was like, "What are you doing in my domain?" And Chris asked me, saying, "Using my characters off about this character, this Native American." And yeah, this Native the same way you do. So this Native American guy is also a deity of some kind. And he basically accused Chris of, you killed someone. And Chris tried to kind of brush it aside and be like, well, I warned him, leave, and I wouldn't hurt him. And the Native American, his name is Running Fox, he points out that, no, you warned the big game hunter. You didn't say anything to his daughter. And then he teleported away. So that kind of left Chris' character has been accused of basic. It is true. It is legit. But any comments that yet. But mhm. um I imagine, well, you'll have to ask just for a quick rundown because I'm sure I'm leaving out details. But then your character will know what's going on at that point. Wait a minute. Where am I supposed to go? Yes. Well, and yeah. Yeah, you don't know he's a god yet. What is this? Why does it want me? No. If you want to come join me, I'm on the freighter. I'm looking at some other stuff. Nice. Yeah, that'll definitely help. Um, construct a refinery room. I don't know how to do that. Hmm. How does one... Oh, base parts and upgrades. So this is how we do it. Scanner room, bulkhead, refinery room. Okay, so I need dihydrogen jelly, which I have, thankfully. Sorry, I know I'm talking to myself. Okay, so that takes care of that. And then, cool, now I have a big refiner, which is tied into the power of my ship. Your little spaceship? Yes, I believe you can. Interstellar scanner. Interesting. So here, give me just a second looking at some stuff. I'm trying to plot how I'm gonna do all this. Okay. Warp your capital ship, so that'll be the last step. Interstellar scanner is going to be next. And then reach the rendezvous. That will happen with that. Okay. So I need to build the scanner, which means... Where's the scanner? I need chromatic metal. I need magnetized ferrite. Fucking wiring looms. I need more of them. Okay. Don't have any ferrite. And yep, that's where I'm at. Okay, so then I'm gonna need to go back to the planet and do some grinding. But not tonight, I think. Are you on the freighter yet? I think we might be on different freighters, actually. It's very possible. Hang on a second. I'm gonna find a window. Yeah, I think you're on a different freighter. No worries. Whoa, what was that? Actually, hang on. Oh, I see your ship. Oh, actually, hang on. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Okay. No, yeah, you are on a different ship. Okay, sorry. It looked like you just ran right past me, but I was someone else. Come to you, and then I can show you which freighter. Except I just crashed into my own. Yep. Yeah, this one right over here is mine. And actually here, why don't we head to the space station? Because we can actually interact with each other a little easier there, I think. Because it's not as big. And then I'm gonna quickly buy those wiring looms since we're here, and then I'll load out of this game and I'll load into my normal game and I'll show you my base. Yeah, you can, if you come over to the space station, I will gladly take the gold and silver that you got. Yeah, some of the asteroids give silver too. I'll take whatever you wanna give me at this point. So you pull up your own inventory, and then you go to quick transfer, and then it'll list me as someone you can give stuff to. So there, I just gave you some tritium hyperclusters for your ship. I have no idea, honey. It should, when you hover your cursor above the item, it should say to quick transfer. And yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you. I'll definitely take the golden carbon too if you're willing. Thank you. No, I did not give you any platinum. I I don't need it right now. No. So question, if you pull up your menu, you should have a menu that says expedition. Do you see that? Okay. Okay, so on the expedition menu, you'll see these badges. Now, for me, I've got of these badges full. Okay. So then if you if you look at each badge, it tells you what you need to like gain it basically. So like for example, the one I'm working on right now is called Galactic Catalog. It's on the lower row, second one to the right, and it says install Interstellar Scanner. Do you have the same thing? Cool. Okay. So then what we can do going forward, because I thought because you were joining my game it was gonna lump us into the same thing. Um, we can work together to fill each other's logs and stuff. Like, oh, okay, that's perfectly fine. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to leave you out of possibly getting some stuff because some of this stuff is kind of cool. There's like a companion that you can get later on. Yeah, it's like a jellyfish guy who follows you around. Okay, and that's fair. I can understand that and respect that. Do I think what? Um, I would say it's going to be up to you, hun. If you if you're fine not if you're fine doing the expedition with me but not the reward, then I don't problem. Just not how most people usually are. Most people are like, I want spoil. I did part of the work. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. I'm doing it because I saw the jellyfish companion. And I'm like, hell yeah, I want a jellyfish companion. Uh huh. All your rewards in the expeditions carry over to your other characters. Okay. Give me just one. Oh, I'm a Viking. No, thank you. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna change. I don't want to be a Viking. I don't like the Viking race. I find them really annoying. So I'm just gonna change real fast. Can I... What? Yes, I can. You're currently blocking my view. Man, why do the Gek always look so weird? They always look super, like... I don't know, just weird looking. Um, I don't know, to be completely honest. I don't think you'll be kicked out. You have to uh, rejoin, like, um, leave. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a long time since I've played this game. So I'm just going through the customizer because I want to play as a character I like. Cool. So now I'm playing as a little Gek. Oh yeah, that is interesting. Can't do anything with it though. So okay, I need to trigger the manual save, which means get into the ship, wait a minute, get out of the ship, restore point saved. Okay, so now, hang on, options, quit to main screen, single player, load save. Ugh, excuse me. Okay, so now if you want to join my game, you can see my admittedly kind of pathetic little base. Shit. Send her a text. It's frustrating that I can't. Delete. Although we will drop a save beacon. Hey there. We got it to work, yay. So yeah, so now that we're the character expedition or the expedition character, you will only use character when we are doing the expedition. So I don't know what that means. But it sounds like those characters haven't. Sounds like the last time I played them was prior to some of these big updates. Okay, so then yeah. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. What happened to the moon that I was on? There it is. Oh, that's right. Actually, hang on. I said I would take a picture of this. I was trying to describe this to Chris earlier at work, and he was like, I just picture it. There. Hey there. Okay. so this is a. I was one that was functional. Crap. Um. Yeah, I really need to get some more inventory. Hey there, did it work? Cool. So I packed up my old base. You really weren't missing much. It was literally 3 walls and a roof. Um, and now I'm on the new planet looking for a place to settle. Oh, and I think place. So I have now landed. Now if you want to come find me, I can show you the weird ass aliens. Okay. No worries. Well, there's one that looks like a spine that moves like a human spine, but it moves around like a damn, forgetting manta ray. According to it says it has brain on reflex. In fact, one just like oh yeah, and they look like they're swimming. And one actually just like shot right past me. Oh. Yep. Oh crap. I think I messed up. I built upgrade into my suit, and then I think I used the carbon, or not the carbon, the chromatic metal I needed to build the base. I think I used it to build the upgrade. That was stupid of you, Nick. Oh good, but the place nearby sells copper. So, we're going to dump that there. Back to the terminal. Give me the copper. Plug it into the refiner using normal carbon because we need to get rid of that. And this should give me all I need. Look at you and your fancy squid ship. I do too. Goes over here. And according to your scanner, hmm. Interesting. I didn't see them doing that before. So for now... Yep. Told you. I doth not lie. Most of the time. Actually, I should... I'll go here. That how I cap my head around nervous aliens to exist. But I can build. Mm-hmm. Oh, tomatoes are untouched. One of them get. Sure. Have like here was a tentacle. I keep finding projectiles. I don't suppose you have any more copper. Oh, you do. Lovely. I know. So weird. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that should be the copper that I need. That's why I like to build. Pretty weird, huh? Oh, nice. Are you riding the slime right now? See, now I'm curious. They move too fast. I don't think I can, but I'm curious if I can befriend one of the spine guys. Because they just move like lightning. Yeah, you can basically milk or harvest the animals for food. And then you can build in your base a station to cook that food. And actually prepare like meal, a health benefit. So. Oh, that was a bad connection. That's not what I wanted to do. I want you to there. There. And now my battery is charging. No worries. It happens. And I still have a little of ferrite left. Okay, so... And then we picked up those salvage modules. Hey there, give me just 1 second. Oh cool, you're playing as a, oh, I forget what they're called. A traveler. Yes. Hope that I use my character. I have looking like Tim. Get him back soon. You have made friends with the bubble of delicious eyeballs. Probably because it doesn't have anything for you to grab onto. I just fell off a cliff. True. There's a beacon over here. Cool. Goat's eyes are always sleepy to me. That are just sprout, yeah. Probably. Nope, it's friendly. Friendly. I don't think you can, because I think that's just the arm. But now you'll see a freighter. That's a new thing. So they will now randomly port in and out of systems. It's kind of a nice touch. The field in. Okay, well I got in bedroom, basement. Oh gosh, I need to go to bed. Yeah. I appreciate you gaming with me. I hope you had fun. Good. Actually, yeah, you can. It, I'm not sure. But if you come over here really fast, you can use this manual save point. Why I build my base and facilities, because it's like, oh, I can piggyback off this, I can piggyback off the landing pad. Yeah. Well, alrighty. Yeah, I will talk to you tomorrow, my friend. Yep, for sure. It's nice with you too. Alrighty, good night.